It takes 20 purified water for each deuterium rod. That comes out to 360,000 deuterium rods. So welcome back everyone to another round of Planet Nomads. We are of course here back for work on the Tower of Water Power, which I have done quite a few hours of work this week, getting things prepared for hopefully finishing up the majority of it today. Now I did take a bunch of time to finish up the main layout. First on one side on the lower section. Once that was done, I replicated it up. Then I replicated it to the next side of the same first level. And then I spent time building up a couple more levels. But right now you can see the basic layout. I minimized as much as I could on the use of the ceiling panels around the outer edge so I could give more contour as well. And I used a lot of the, single piece blocks, mainly the, cubes and then the slants. And that has given a very nice little contour to the outer edge. And then, of course, just building it up, it's taken a lot. I've used up probably about 2,000, plating and the frames right now just on getting up to the point I'm at currently. But I did get the entire first level done, like I said, and then just replicated it up higher. Which is why now we are here with 3 levels up. I am at the 4th level, the one where we're going to have the walk-in. And you can see temporarily, just so I have some semblance of it, I have this set up. I'm probably going to redo that and bring this back, take that panel out, and use just a set of standard blocks. But yeah, its front has that, just very straight piece to it. And then you can see I've already got everything in on the sides. I actually have forgotten a couple of spots here, like this one. I'm supposed to have blocks right here across this way and then going all the way up. And I did not get the entire 3rd floor completely done on the upper side. You can see how it is, there's still some pieces missing because this is several hours of work actually already put into this just to get to this point. So what I want to worry about today is, now that I have at least up to this location, this level, where we're going to be doing some modification to it, because I want to have maybe a couple purifiers or, refineries in here to refine everything. I think we're going to do some building on that. But this is the basic structure, so we'll have a control or a switch in each floor along the wall for the lights. And we'll just do, we'll do a different color for the lights ones. And we'll do like that, and this way each floor will have its own switch like I've done at other times. So if I decide to add more than just a few lights, it'll give a little bit cleaner setup in terms of the power. And then the outside, I'll just trunk down as low as I can to produce the power setup with the switches for the actual water pumps below, which do not need to be turned on yet anyway, because I'm not ready to actually do any production. Alright, so everything's done up to the basic foundation of this floor now. And this is where things are going to get a little different, because I want to have, I still want to have everything lining up the same way. I want the same production quality, and, that's bugs aside where stuff decides to randomly move right at the last second. Or turn the wrong way again. Building flaws in the game that I don't think we're ever going to have fixed, unfortunately. But aside from the same structure, I do want to have something unique to this floor, which is the extra refineries. Even though I do have that one refinery over at my other production spot, I don't think that's going to be enough, really, to use all the water I'll be producing with this. So I want to have maybe 2 extra refineries here. I also want to have it where when I come in, I have, of course, a control panel thing over here. So I'm going to need something like that. So we're going to do more of these. I'm going to stick with it being pretty much the same as the other floors. And I'm going to adjust the doorway setup after I get some attachments done, because I want to make sure nothing suddenly drops after I disconnect something. I may add some support struts into the water below just as a precaution. And so yeah, there we go. Basically, this will end up being the same setup here. Is just the door will get moved in and that will get put down a bit. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that now so I can have it placed the way I want. So it does kind of mess things up when the doorway is wider than the standard one. The standard one is 1 block short of the doorway. That sort of thing really bothers me, because not like an OCD type thing, but a we just messed you up kind of thing. And I think instead of having it drop inside like I did there, I'm just gonna have it where this drops down. That's going to come out, and I'm gonna build some kind of attachment thing off of here to help brace it a little bit better. Let's get in here and take a look. All right, so that frees up some room. And of course, we have another loud rainstorm. Cannot get away from that. I think I'm gonna put one of these in just for looks, really. I don't think I'm going to actually use that. And then, of course, we're going to have our power switches. Let's see, we did yellow for the lights. We'll do blue for the water pumps. And I'm going to have it where everything can be turned off in here. Because, you know, I want to make sure everything is controllable. So I can come here and turn all the pumps off, which, of course, will then free things up as I turn off the or as the water level drops, the purified water volume drops. I turn the water pumps off, the dirty water drops, these stop producing, and then the purified water drops, which means the refinery stop producing. There we go. I was getting my train of thought thrown off because of the loud thunderstorm. All right, so that's lights. And that way it gives me full control out here. And I need to run power over here. I haven't done that yet at all. All right, here we go. We're going to have these tied there. We're going to go ahead and power up the door too. That way it will close on its own. Yay. And that means if that's powered, all of these should be powered. So let's try some lighting and just see how this works. And ow, ow. Yeah, okay. Gotta be careful with that. So obviously this is not quite how it's going to look at night, but I can at least get some semblance of what it might look like. And I'm going to do the bigger lights. Why? Because, you know, hey, I got room. All right, there we go. We've got lights all the way down. Click, and no lights. Perfect. That means that it's easy to turn this on when I need the visual, because I'm here, and turn it off so I can just enjoy the nice visual of these being lit on their own because of the tiny bit of lighting I guess we have mounted somewhere inside. And then I'm going to do outside of this a power system. Actually, we're going to go with blue for the water. And I'm not even sure. I'm not even going to worry about trying to maximize the distance as much on this part. At least not at the moment. Using this paneling also limits you. You can't place a switch on this part because it doesn't have a solid surface. So it does limit you even further. It really does turn out that this has a very limited building mechanic in the game once you start looking at how certain blocks interact with each other. All right, so we're gonna, actually, I'm just gonna turn it off up top so I can, you know, do the same thing with the lights, turn it on when I'm ready, and that way we'll have everything taken care of. And I'll just go ahead and link everything in down below for power, and hopefully that's going to reach all of the water pumps. All right, that's it. 14 water pumps as of right now, all connected off of that, through that, and then up here, controllable from when I walk in. So, nice, ready to go. And, oh, yeah, I keep forgetting I got that there when I'm walking backwards to look at something. I fall through. Yeah, that's done. I can go ahead and finish placing this part. If it would let me switch to the tool. There we go. All right, so basically that's how the main functionality of this is going to work. There's one of those blocks that decided to shift right at the last moment as I placed it and fall, because you know that's still a thing in the game. That's never been fixed with all the bug fixes we've had. All right, so that is a total of 9 per, height level, or, 18 per floor. So that's 3 floors of 18 right now. That is 54, if my math is right. And this will add another 18, so 4 floors of 18. That's going to put it at 72. I have 14 pumps, which I've seen that 4 purifiers does not balance out. 5 doesn't even seem to balance out completely. It seems like 5 is just at that point where you get a little bit extra dirty water. So if I say I need 6 per water pump, that's 14. That's 84 water pumps. So if I do another floor above this, that's going to be 5 times 18. That's going to be 90 water pumps, or water purifiers with 14 water pumps. So I do have the window here, but I could always, well, put up with the whole slow 4-minute delay to break each piece of this and build another refinery on top kind of thing. But yeah, I could always add some more refineries here and have like 4 total refineries going on this. One still doing uranium, because I do need uranium rods at times for certain things. But more so the deuterium, so unlimited power. It's even getting stuttering now just targeting these and building these, because I guess I've got so many and the animation tied in with them. I don't know, but it's definitely not set up to handle large builds in this game. All right, so all of them are set to 100,000 purified water. They take 30 seconds per purified water production cycle. So you're talking 50,000 minutes. Basically, break that down, 60 minutes an hour, 24 hours a day. That's nearly 35 days of non-stop playtime for these to ever finish that amount of production. And that's assuming we never have a problem with water production. And of course that's, let's see, 4 levels now of 18 each. So we're at 72. That's 72 times 100,000. So 72 times 100,000 is 7.2 million. It takes 20 purified water for each deuterium rod. That comes out to 360,000 deuterium rods in that one production cycle, if it ever completes that amount. So yes, it is raining, but it's nighttime at least. So you can see how that's going to look visually with the lights off. Everything's turned off in it right now. So it actually has a pretty good look. You can see how open it looks there, just kind of, it doesn't have that framework done on the top level yet. And yeah, looking at that, you can see just the difference that the framework itself is making, that it feels so much more contained. And it looks almost, honestly, to me, like if you had a ship capable of lifting it, it would be a drop pod that you could just drop in, have some support struts underneath to level it off in the water, and then drop it in, carrying it from place to place as needed. So now we've got the lights on, and obviously the top level is not going to be perfectly matched because it doesn't have the upper lights yet. Oh, you can see just how, I mean, how much better it's lit up. Of course, once you get out of a certain range, it stops acting like the lights are on. Even though they actually still are really on, it just doesn't render like they're on, I guess, to cut down on resources, which really, unfortunately, makes things look not as good as they could in the game. So for now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place a beacon thing here. I get the line up at least close enough. Love how that's the black version of it. Oh yeah, that looks so much better now. Look at that. Much cleaner on the front. And then it's just a matter of I need to do the conveyor systems there. So we're going to have something that kind of comes around. Sort of to hide that conveyor setup that I'm going to do. Because I don't want it just be sitting there completely wide open. And, oh yeah, we got to have this drop down so I can walk in comfortably. I'm going to do 2 steps back on it. Just to give plenty of room so I don't have any bumping my head into the doorway. Even though it shouldn't, because I would be that low right there. You know, coming out, I might be close enough that it still treats it like I'm hitting something. And then I did the long piece like this because it's a much more even slope and it gives no real problems walking up it. The other ones, the ones like this, tend to cause you to pause for a second and you might have to run or even jump to get up. All right, there we go. So we've got that side, which gives me at least something I can try and hide. That's going to stay. So that's going to come out. I might do this entire floor a little differently. Let's see. Well, actually, you know what? That's good enough in terms of the hiding right there. You know what? Yeah, we'll have a little bit of it show. You know, it's piping. You're not going to hide all the piping in an industrial setup. So there we go. Clear, straight across like that. And there we go, the other side. So now we've got this nice little setup. So we walk up, and of course I'll do the railing a little bit later. That's not going to be a problem going the full distance with that. Just walk up here, walk in. Right now we have the light shining up. Later on we won't. And yeah, just turn the lights. Actually, that's tied into the lights, not to the production system. So I'm going to have to change that. There we go. Now it's tied into the production system. So when everything's turned on, we'll see it going. It'll light up. And then later on, like I said, once I top everything off, I'll just move it up there. I probably won't even turn this on until I have everything completely fixed up. So we've got controls here. We've got this here. And now that I've played with this some more, I think I really will just put the extra refineries over there in the production area, so it will handle all the purified water being produced here, and that way all the production of that to the deuterium stays over there. And of course, if this ever gets to that point where I have way too much purified water, way too much deuterium, is simply walk in, turn it off, and let it sit for a little while. I'm not a big fan of using this overhang sort of look. I really don't like it, but I want something. Oh, that could be a problem there. Oh no, it was just me backing up was the problem with it. Apparently when you back up, it acts differently on the height of your step, I guess. And so come on, give me a spot right there. What? That's the only place I can put it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that could still have been done a lot better in the game. I mean, it's still a good game, but it never did reach its full potential. I don't think it ever will reach its full potential at this point. And it could have been so much better, even if they had just fit some of the absolute smaller quirks. Okay, for some reason, the one on the left just does not want to turn off, despite being set to automatic. It's set to automatic. It's got the play button on there, same as this. It just doesn't want to turn off for some reason. So that's going to be it for this episode. I am getting close to finishing this up, and I will get it finished this week. Get all the conveyors tied in, and the final floors and framework done. So it'll be a complete project. And what I'll probably do is make a backup of my game save and then come in, add some support struts, disconnect it from the main base, and see about creating a blueprint for it. For those of you who are interested in trying out in your own game, just be forewarned, it's going to take a lot of resources in terms of the amount of autonomous water purifiers that are used in this. But like I said, that's it for this episode. So if you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment below, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.